Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction for Omniscient Reader, or Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint, chapters 54 and 55. I'm sorry that I cut the last one off kind of early. I had wanted to do 3 chapters last time at least, but towards the end of the video I just started feeling not that great, and I was like having trouble focusing, and I'm like, I'm not feeling great. I need to sort of end that one early, and this one is going to be shorter. I have some other stuff I need to record, so I'm only going to do 2 chapters this time around. That way I can make sure that I'm not rushing and I give each of these chapters like the full attention that I need to give it. So I'm only doing 2 this time around. Then next week I have a big anime awards project I'm doing, so I need to do all of that next week, and the week after next, starting the week after next, I should be doing Omniscient Reader every Tuesday from then on. So you won't have to wait for long stretches of time anymore. You can actually have an Omniscient Reader video every Tuesday. And that'll be the planned schedule from then on out, I guess, until I catch up. And once I start getting into the actual weekly schedule on Tuesdays, I'm going to be doing at least 3 chapters a video. I might start doing more. I might start doing an hour a week and just however many chapters we get to in an hour, but we'll see how things go. I mentioned the possibility of streaming it instead of doing it in a video style in my Kubera video, but most people seemingly didn't really care for that idea, and you know, I'm kind of with it. I also prefer doing it in a video style, but it's like videos versus streams, there's a give and take. There are pros and cons to it. Like, a lot of times, if I watch somebody who's reacting to something like a webtoon and it's in a stream format, you get the positive of if they're confused about something, or if there's some really important context missing, chat can key them in on the important context they're missing, or something that they got wrong, and that's helpful. But then there's the negative of sometimes I'm like, I'm just here to watch you react to whatever this is. I'm not here to watch you talk to chat the whole time, which, you know, it's a part of streaming. But at the same time, that's kind of the give and take sometimes. So there are pros and cons to it, and I think that different streamers handle it in different ways. Some handle it, I think most handle it really well, and then some handle it a little less well. But yeah, that's just generally my thoughts. So I'm probably, since people said that with Kubera, Omniscient Reader will probably be the same. I think the video format is great. In the future, we can totally do discussion streams, though. I could just fire up a stream and just sit and talk to you for a while about Omniscient Reader. But at least the reactions, keeping it as a video every Tuesday from now on, maybe an hour-ish, a week. We'll see how it goes when we get onto the schedule. But either way, I just wanted to say all that before I get started. Let's start reading chapter 54. Last time we got into a lot of really weird stuff. Omniscient Reader just keeps getting more and more and more complex, because there are a lot of things in Omniscient Reader, and I've said this before, that make for the premise or the idea of a series on their own. Surviving this post-apocalypse could make for a series on its own. Going through the different scenarios, the game, the challenges, the idea of the power system and the connections to the constellations, all of that could be its own series. The idea of regressors and going back, the idea of Dokja, the fact that there are people who've read the story, there are so many things that the story could just have that as its gimmick, that as its hooking point, and it would be fine. But we have all of those things happening in Omniscient Reader. And on top of that, now we have Dokja seemingly dying, though again, probably not permanently, because of course he's Dokja, but jumping into Yu Jung-chuk's point of view. So now we have the idea that Dokja can, skip it probably isn't the right word, but jump into other characters' point of view, which is, again, crazy in its own right. But either way, all that intro out of the way, let's start reading chapter 54. We're starting out with Crackling. Level 3 of Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint's been unlocked. Conflicting skills have been resolved. The effects of the King of No Killing is resumed. And I think that another translation called that Immortal King, which King of No Killing and Immortal King have 2 very, very different connotations. So I don't exactly 100% know how this works quite yet, but I think it's as said, like, by the stuff last chapter. But either way, we'll see. Your body's revived from death. Body regeneration commencing. Okay. And it looks like his body is actually reforming. So wait. Hold on. I need to go back. I'm not missing something, am I? Hold on. Let me go back through. Because I thought we ended on yeah, we ended on this. Yu Jung-kook fighting these guys, but he was in Yu Jung-kook's perspective. So is he, like, immediately jumping back out of Yu Jung-kook's perspective back into his own with his body reforming? Did he jump into Yu Jung-kook's perspective, then save Lee Ji-hye, and then now he's regenerating? He's jumped back out of the perspective, so now Yu Jung-kook is going to just be like, what? Where am I? Why am I holding Ji-hye? Why am I facing these guys? Or maybe he remembers what happened when Dokja was in his point of view. Okay, but we have his body reforming. It's literally being remade from this, again, Omniscient Reader energy stuff. Okay, so we have Dokja reborn, but without his clothing, so he doesn't have the like, SWAT team suit he had before. Chapter 12, First Person Main Character Point of View, Part 2. Current position, target station, we have Anguk and Changshin, and the home base at Chungmuro. Alright. The fourth wall skill has nullified the shock of dying. Right, I was fighting him. Okay, so this is cool. It's similar in Magical Girl Raising Project. One of the effects of being a magical girl is that you're superhuman, but it's not just your, like, physical strength, your speed that's superhuman, or your mind is in terms of, like, being intelligent, but it's also like your mind is buffed, your mind is enhanced to be superhuman in the sense that you are more, like, protected. You're more defended from mental damage. So it seems like the fourth wall is doing the same thing here, where a normal person dies, and that's probably gotta shatter your world. But it seems like the fourth wall is protecting Dokja's mind from that amount of shock. Right, I was fighting him. The air in my lungs feel hot. Okay. Looks like I was revived with no problems. Yu Jung-kook is taking care of Chungmuro, so that's that. But Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint level 3, I'm still dizzy. A moment ago, I was in Chungmuro in Yu Jung-kook's perspective. Okay, so I suppose he didn't take control. Wow, I didn't expect their height to be that different. It's not like he took control of Yu Jung-kook, he was just seeing from his perspective, it looks like. Light, efficient footsteps, long fingers grasping the hilt of the blade, and that chillingly beautiful cut. I never want to experience that again if possible. How did I become Yu Jung-kook? A reward. Preparing the Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint level 3 reward. Dokja, Mr. Yu? Did he use the resuscitation? And Hui Won yelled his real name in front of these guys. Did he use the resuscitation skill? The King of No Killing attribute has taken effect. The new attribute I obtained, the King of No Killing. Despite its name, it grants you immortality. Okay, so Immortal King might have been an okay translation. Its special ability is Resurrection. And we saw Naked Dokja. You can't resurrect whenever, but you need to use karma points to do that. They give you 100 points to start with, and a bonus resurrection to boot. Looks like I might die again when I just revived. So again, another in-game currency, so to speak, with karma points being added to the story. Damn it, there are no plates with the number 1. You spent 100 karma points. Your bodily wastes have been excreted and your physique has been enhanced. Your stamina and mana have each increased by 1. Hyunsung, over there. We'll move to the next plate. Dokja. Okay, and Hyunsung runs to him. Tier 5 Fire Dragon, Lesser Dragon Ignir has used Flame of Destruction. And they're protected. Are you alright, Dokja? I thought I was seeing things for a second. I'm fine, as you can see. Don't you have anything I can wear? A poncho or raincoat? I may be a soldier, but I don't. Oh, and then... No, never mind. He starts trying to take off his own pants. Even more than my clothes, I need my items. Unbreakable faith and my flag. Oh, right. Damn it, they're at the dragon's feet. That would be very important to not lose. Dokja, sir. And they look over to see Huiwon and the other two whose names I still have not gotten down quite yet. The constellation Abyssal Black Dragon is staring at your black dragon. So, it's interesting. I feel like it's been a bit since we heard the constellation boxes. I can't help it that it burns everything except scenario items and artifacts. Okay, so my clothes are important too. Look, I didn't look. Don't worry. That should be the least of our worries right now. Really, he thinks. Thank you, Huiwon. I'll put this on for now. Okay, so he has the cloak now. The Constellation Bald Army General's a little disappointed. Yeah, because that's his cloak, right? And then the dragon is roaring around the corner of the pillar. Let's get a move on. What do we do now, sir? All the other disciples have died. Looks like they've all burned to death, leaving the blue ice pills behind. Oh, we have another getting hit. Sir? And Dokja rushes back. You've regained the brown flag. You've regained the brown flag. That is tough to say. You can now use the power of the flag again. Number plates have been activated. Look for the plates. He's rushing forward. Tier 5 dragon, Lesser Dragon Ignir has used Flame of Destruction, and the 5 of them make it to a 5 together. Haha, looks like you're still hanging in there, but your luck won't last too long. We have the Dokkaebi. That bastard. Dokja, what do we do? I love the Dokkaebi's designs. I love them so much. They're just so fluffy. I love them. We'll have to fight. Absolute Shield has been deactivated. The blue ice pills the disciples brought, there's exactly 5 of them, and there are 5 of us now. 5 people. If we all take the pill, we might be able to damage the lesser dragon. The problem is whether we can kill it before its next AoE attack. Run, and pick up the blue ice pills, the white pills on the ground. We might be able to win if we have that. Hyunsung has Mountain Crush, but lacks agility, while Huiwon is agile, but doesn't have enough strength. Spent 4,100 coins on mana. Yikes! Mana from 16 all the way to 25. Your soul resonates with the world. Now, what do I do? And he's popping one of the blue ice pills. You are exuding with ice energy. Should we all attack together? Your attacks gain an additional 40% ice property damage. I can't use Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint to find its weakness. I do remember there being some kind of reward before. Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint skills already in use. You can now claim the Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint level 3 reward. You have experienced the first-person main character POV. You can now obtain the skill of a character you were immersed in. What? Oh, so he can switch to POVs, but I don't know if he can do it on purpose or not yet. But I wonder if it only happens when he revives, maybe. Because he can build up karma and do it again, presumably, if he builds up another 100 karma. So he can then use their skills. A character I was immersed in. Does that mean that I can learn one of Yu Jun-kyuk's skills? And he stops for a moment. We have Huiwon dashing. What the hell are you doing? Do you want to die again? And pulls him out of the way of a chomp. So she does save him. He froze up. And they collapse onto the ground out of the way. Now displaying the available skills. Choose a skill to obtain. Available skills? He has cold resistance, fire resistance, lie detection. Well, one seems very obviously helpful. Damn it, I knew it. There's no way they'd let me have Tiger God Aura or Skybreaker. I'd like lie detection out of the 3, but I can't help but pick fire resistance right now. What a bummer. I know, you get screwed out of lie detection. Let's think. Damn it, what do I do after this? I am a reader. And even if you do have fire resistance, it's not fire immunity. So you're still in trouble. The answer lies, Lesser Dragon, in what I've read. Your memory of the novel's been elaborated due to your attribute. Dokja, hurry. He's still thinking through what he's read. I'll get cold resistance. You can now use the cold resistance skill. Is he going to use cold resistance so that he doesn't freeze himself and then just go absolutely nuts with an ice attack? Huiwon, Hyunsung, you didn't take the blue ice pills, right? Give them to me. Oh, he's going to use ice resistance so he can stack as many blue ice pills as he can. And if 40%, like, most games wouldn't let you stack that kind of thing, but if you can stack the ice pills, if you can stack that 40%, you can have a very large amount of ice damage. Sunguk, Minsub too. He's taking everything from us right as he was about to eat one as well. You've taken the blue ice pills. So for 5 of them, he's got, what, 200 extra % ice damage? The property damage of the blue ice pills have increased due to the stacked effects. Your attacks gain an additional 200% ice property damage. A heart-stopping chill overcomes your entire body. Dokja, you're protected by the skill Ice Resistance level 5. Get behind me, everyone. Blade of Faith is activated. Unbreakable Faith special property has been activated. The Ether Affix has changed to Dark. The Ice Ether Affix has been added due to the effects of the blue ice pill. You have activated the Stigma, Sword Song. Right, he did get that too. A random phrase left behind by the naval warfare god engulfs your sword. Please, please don't let it be a useless phrase. A divine being appeared at night and said, "You will win if you do this, but you will win if you do that." And then we have the dragon roaring, stomping forward towards him. The dragon's skin's been highlighted in parts. Could he be showing me its weak points? The constellation naval warfare god is rooting for you. Thank you, sir, he thinks. He rushes in to attack. And goes straight for its head, it seems like. Stabbing in. And seemingly cutting through. I need 10, or no, I guess just stabbing and then continuing forward to the other side. I need to end it before it uses its breath attack again. Tier 5 Fire Dragon, Lesser Dragon Ignir has used Flame of Destruction. We're the only survivors here. Only a single plate spawned in the previous attack. We're lucky that it had the number 5. But if the next plate to appear has 3 or 4, or even 6, just a little more, I can do this. I can't be wrong. If I could, mimic his sword swing, just this once. And he cleaves into the dragon and slices through. Alright, and then we get cliffhung with the scenario and everything. We have the side scenario and main scenario being explained like at the end of every chapter. Okay, that was really, really, really good. It was creative. We got more into the ORV world and how it works and how the certain powers work and everything. There's also like funny comedy bits in there, like with Dokja having to wear the robe, or Dokja being like, dang it, I really want lie detection, but I'm kind of in a tough situation right now. Lie detection isn't going to save me from a dragon. But yeah, that was a very, very, very fun one. But I'm going to do another one. Let's go ahead and read chapter 55. Alright, continuing on. We're continuing, like, literally where we just left off with him slicing through. Omniscient Reader. Okay, still first-person main character point of view. We're at part 3. And then they're still at Anguk, same thing as last chapter. The dragon's taken damage to the side of its neck, and the flames aren't hitting them, it seems. And to its leg as well. Or it could just be ice spreading through its body. Is it dead? Thinks Dokja. Oh? He's going to get hit by the tail and knocked away. Dokja, am I really going to die this time? I guess it's because... Sorry, oh, hiccup. I guess it's because I'm not the main character. Tier 5 Fire Dragon, Lesser Dragon Ignir has used Flame of Destruction. If I were Yu Jung-hyuk, if I were the main character, I could have finished it off with that one blow. And the others are running as it charges up another attack. As if. And he throws the sword. I refuse to give up as a reader. And he throws the sword straight towards its chest. But this like hexagonal pattern almost made me think of some kind of shield or protection. Come on, the weak point. Right, of course, because he's seeing the weak points highlighted. Its heart. Honestly, it's been like 2 minutes. I had already kind of forgotten. Am I the only one who continued to have read the novel or I'm the only one who continued to have read the novel over the past 10 years? Right, to die here would suck. And then the ice starts spreading from its heart to the rest of its body. I can't die this early in the scenario. You have first blood on the minor catastrophe, Lesser Dragon Ignir. Okay? Chief of the Soul Branch, Dokubi Baram, frowned as he read the scenario in his hand. Request to review the plausibility of regressor Yu Jung-hyuk. Alright. A regressor? These days everyone's so quick to notice whether they're Dokubi or a constellation. Who put in the complaint? It's from Aoni in Japan. He should keep his eyes on his own country. Why is he meddling in our affairs? Well, the competition between the low-ranking Dokubi is fierce these days. According to this data, he definitely has a point in questioning the plausibility of the character Yu Jung-hyuk. So this is actually interesting, the idea he should keep his eyes on his own country, because something I thought about and kind of brought up before is a lot of the constellations we've seen so far, like the Naval Warfare God, they're kind of like heroes or characters that are related to Korean stuff, and I'm like, I'm not as familiar with these because I'm not as familiar with this Korean both history and mythological, characters. But we know that this is happening all over the world in the big cities. So it would make sense that mostly the constellations that are Korean would be like, let me tune into the Korean channel, let me tune into the Korean stream, where this guy's like, why is Aoni watching our streams and complaining about a regressor that he noticed? He should be watching the Japan streams. And then of course, like, you could have like Weeb Constellation watching the like Japanese stream, even though they're an American constellation or something like that. So that's where like part of this whole like streamer side of things with the Dokubi and the constellations come in. I love the Dokubi designs. They're so good. According to this data, he definitely has a point in questioning the plausibility of the character Yu Jung-hyuk. Not only did he have high-level skills from the beginning, he also had classified information that censored automatically. And because of his Eye of the Sage skill, there was even information that we had to receive help from the higher-ups to access. His cooking skills level 10, leave him. The higher-ups have given him the green light, it's fine. Then the backlash will be, he probably has a constellation who can handle such a backlash. The 5th scenario will be starting soon. Just keep your eyes on that for now. The advantages he has will be cancelled out later in the scenario. Alright, and then we're cutting back to Dokja now. That was a really cool scene to get. That was a really interesting scene to get. About like hyping up the 5th scenario and later scenarios that might make regressors, and it would make sense. Regressors will eventually get to points that they never reached in their previous regressions, so they will eventually get to new things that their pre-existing knowledge will not help them on, unless you're Dokja, who's read the entirety of the thing. And also the idea that other constellations could be mad that there's a regressor here, but they're like, well, whoever the regressor's constellation is, they probably are so powerful they don't care about the backlash from other constellations. Your memories of certain scenes have been elaborated due to your attribute. There's a line from Yu Jung-hyuk's 6th regression that I remember. Am I remembering this? You have contributed in completing the 5th scenario for the first time ever. You've achieved the impossible. So I wonder if taking that out, I guess that was like part of the 5th scenario early, right? Due to your achievement, the calculation of your reward will be delayed. Because I'm soon to be in a similar situation now. And the Dokubi's watching on. And then we have Tier 5 Fire Dragon Nucleus, a new item he's got. Some low-level Dokubi have requested a plausibility review. Okay, so they might be looking into Dokja's character. Wow, Dokja, what is wrong with you? I might die if you hit me like that. My stamina's hit... oh, that's him. I might die if you hit me like that. My stamina's hit rock bottom. But you're just gonna come back to life. Not all the time. That is not a good thing to assume. Constellation, Secretive Plotter, is interested in your tactic. Constellation, Prisoner of the Golden Headband, is applauding your fighting spirit. Constellation, Demonic Judge of Fire, and I like how most of these have just been the same ones watching Dokja's stream from the start. Demonic Judge of Fire is praising your bravery. Constellation, Eyes Waiting for Tuesday Night, which I'm pretty sure is the, wow, it's perfect that I chose Tuesday for Omniscient Reader Day. That wasn't on purpose, but now it is. Eyes Waiting for Tuesday Night pities your skinny body. So yeah, Omniscient Reader Tuesday. Constellation, Wuxia, Wu, X, is it a Zhe sound more? So Wuxia Prince, who rips off arms wants we want to hit him again. I'm not completely sure, so sorry, I don't know pronunciations. Once we want to hit him again. Constellation Bald Army General suggests you maintain your pious attitude, or a pious attitude. Constellation of Abyssal Black Dragon is, and then many constellations are impressed by your exploits. And then Whisper, did you know that was going to happen again? Not all of it. You've been gifted 20,000 coins. You could have had yourself killed. Dokja, are you alright? Sir. But I came back to life, didn't I? And they've been saying Dokja this whole time. So, what is it? Minsub and Chunguk? They should probably know by now. Unless he already revealed it, which he might have, and I might be forgetting it. I'm sorry if I am. But I came back to life, didn't I? Wait, that really hurts. I revived thanks to a new skill I got. My supporting constellation isn't Jesus or something. And then, you get to resurrect every time you save someone? Isn't that way too overpowered? There aren't that many useful items. Well, it's about 1 resurrection for every 100 lives I save, but I guess it's still powerful. That is a tough ask. We should work hard to save lives from now on then. We'll have to try. It won't be easy though. But there is a critical flaw to King of No Killing, which is that I can't kill anything that's the same species as I am. And that's going to be rough, because there are genuinely evil humans out there. So he's going to be screwed if he comes across them. Somebody else is going to have to take him out. Don't worry, I'll take care of him for you, says Weewon. Well, that's reassuring. As soon as I do, I'll be removed from the position of king. For your information, I've never killed anyone up to this point. There really are all sorts of abilities. It's like we're in some kind of fantasy novel. And those two who have read flinch. He's glaring at them to keep their mouths shut. Well, I'm glad that you're all safe. His eyes. I didn't expect them to survive as well. He just figured they'd die. But why are you suddenly being so nice to us? I'm done pretending to be Yu Jun-hyuk now. Anyway, give me your phones. Phones now. Again? I can keep this, right? I thought you were done pretending to be Jung-hyuk. This is just how I am. I've lost most of the items I had during this scenario, but the biggest loss of all is that I lost my phone. Right, because it's not a scenario item, so it would have been destroyed when he died. So he needs a new phone. What if the mail I received from the author's deleted? Will I be able to download the file again? And we have syncing your profile with a new device. Huh? What's this? It's downloading something else. 3 ways to survive the apocalypse.txt. So this is how it works. Well, there's no way a document that even the Dokubi and constellations don't have access to can be deleted so easily. I wonder if the renouncers can read this. I should be careful just in case. Yeah, because even the constellations and stuff couldn't see what was on his phone. They were like, why is he just staring at a blank phone? But he has to be worried, can the renouncers see what's on his phone, or are they also just going to see it as blank? Damn it, the management keeps calling me because of you. How'd it go? What do you mean? Of course they flipped out completely. Gotta love Be Young. What's with the skill that you have? Why can't the higher-ups access information about it? So, what'd they tell you? Did they tell you to penalize me? Thanks to my defense, they've decided to let you be. It's not like you have that many skills, and you aren't skillful enough with them. They've decided that you weren't powerful enough to have an unfair advantage in the scenarios. Just as I thought. I purposefully didn't level my passive skills in case this happened. Smart, so that's why he hasn't been spending all of his money immediately on increasing his stats too, probably, in addition to the skills. There were others who argued otherwise, but the orders came from higher up. Apparently the Dokubi King gave the order himself. You can ask the mid-level Dokubi. I'm not actually supposed to be here. There are a lot of eyes watching. And you better watch yourself. The mid-level Dokubi in charge of this area is out for your neck. Plausibility reviews are kinda like a tax investigation. It'll be difficult for you for a while. There was a bit of a problem and your rewards were delayed. I am terribly sorry. We're late, but we'll be issuing your rewards now. And then you've obtained 3,000 coins for completing the hidden scenario. You've obtained 15,000 for First Blood on a Tier 5 Fire Dragon. You've received Protection Symbol of Immuntar for defeating a minor catastrophe for the first time, and you'll gain favor of the Immuntar in the future. Protection Symbol of the Immuntar. Good. This isn't a bad start to the 5th scenario. Everyone else seems to have gotten good rewards, but all I get for this is defeating a minor catastrophe. But there's been a hitch in the scenario because of your hard work. The management have discussed this and reached the conclusion that the skill levels of the incarnations in the area far surpass the scenario's difficulty. Therefore, I have decided to adjust the scenario difficulty in my area. What? A difficulty adjustment? That prick. The time limit for the 4th scenario has been reduced greatly. 48 hours remain until the end of the scenario. All members of the group that fail to take over their target station within the next 48 hours will die. Okay, so capture the flag is being, like, they're telling us as readers as well, that basically you are being forced to, like, wrap the arc up. The arc is going to be ending soon. And then we see everyone in the group will die, and their target is being Changshin. And then, okay, we still have more. We're cutting over to the Sangam Pildu group. Oh? Sangha, what happened here? Okay, Dokja's group's meeting back up with them. Presumably they were protected by Junghyuk. Is that? And then he looks over. Aren't they the disciples? And man, I said, oh, they actually have cool designs. They might be important. Nope. Where's Yu Junghyuk? What a sick bastard. Just lined up their heads. We have somebody... Oh, I thought that was somebody jumping from place to place, but no, it looks like he just kicked a head around. They gasp. Yu Junghyuk. And then he's walking over. Did he chase after someone who was running and kill them? He sure is impressive, but now we don't have anyone we can question. It was you, the one who ruined my plan. Whoa, what the hell? What the? His head's decapitated, but he's still alive. Minsub, Sungguk, how was it that you were able to group together so quickly? You even had rare items. There was someone who got us together. Not long after the first scenario had ended, he came to the station I was in. He introduced himself as a disciple, and that he was someone who'd read the entire Revelation, and also that he was looking for prophets that would follow in his footsteps. But what's strange is that the same thing happened simultaneously all over the place. Wait, I'm still naked. Sungguk, give me your pants. My pants too? It was hard to believe that it was just one person who did that. We call him the first disciple. He must be the first disciple, the king of the disciples. So if people were gathered in different places all at the same time, I wonder if it's the answer to his immortality here is that he has multiple bodies split apart, maybe? No way. A skill that lets you live after decapitation is a very rare skill in TWSA, and his neck isn't even bleeding. Wait, could it be? Well, I'm impressed. Not only did you impersonate Yu Junghyuk, but you also wiped out the disciples and stole their dragon. Who are you? So he doesn't know who I am. He appeared in stations all over Seoul as soon as the scenario started. gathered all the renouncers and can freely travel past the barriers. What about you? He doesn't die when he's been decapitated, doesn't bleed, and also claims to have read the prophecy beginning to end, the Avatar skill. There's only a few people who can use the Avatar skill in TWSA. They work in a field that requires creativity, or in an occupation that's stressful enough to cause dissociative identity disorder. Are you, by any chance, an author? And then his eyes widen. And we get cliffhanger. That's a good cliffhanger. I'm not going to speculate too much because I think it'll be I don't want to like ruin anything for myself. I kind of just want to like wait until next time to find the answers. So yeah, gonna end it here. That was another really, really good chapter. This arc was very good. The chapters in this, maybe like 2 chapters of video is like a good 30 minutes in itself. That is weighty. Yeah, it was really good. I like the new characters. I don't know. A lot of people like Yu Jung-hyuk a lot, so I'm expecting him to be a really, really good character. But like at this very moment, I felt hesitant about him because I kind of like the group that's here now, and it worries me that A, he'll be too powerful in solving their problems, and B, he'll be a problem in and of himself because he just wants to kill his way through all of their problems. So both of those things would be confusing, because if he did actually kill all these guys, if this guy didn't survive with his head cut off, then they would be able to get no information whatsoever, and that's a problem in and of itself. So I don't know. Don't know how I feel, but we'll see how it goes in the future. Thank you so much for watching. Like if you did like the video, comment down there. Tell me what you thought of these 2 chapters, my thoughts and reaction and all that. Subscribe for more. Omniscient Reader, much more on the channel. There are tons of other things. Like I said, the week after next, I will be starting weekly on Tuesdays for Omniscient Reader. So look forward to that, I suppose. If you want to talk to me in the comments here, we can. But if you want to talk on Twitter or on Discord, we also can. The Discord server is free and open for anyone. All you've got to do is ask, and I can give you a link to it. If you'd like to help support the channel, you can drop a super thanks down below if you'd like to. Or if you want to, you can hit join down below to become a channel member. You can go to patreon.com/HakuOfTheTubes, or a link will be in the description to become a patron. Patrons and channel members get one piece a bit early. They get shout outs at the end of every video. So huge, huge thank you to them. Thank you to patrons and channel members. Thank you to Chosen Regular Evan Hawley, Magical Girls Efronono and Smeller Dog, Cheriton Student David Langstaff, Slayer Candidates SG and Stan Cedar, and Pure Element Pate Ardialo. Thank you all so much for your support. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.